In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Hello and welcome to the opening round of the Race Spec Esports F2 Sprint Series. My name is Expert and I'll be your commentator for this morning's race. We are here in the first round of this new and upcoming league in Sakhir for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel, who has won 4 times around here, is the most successful driver around this 5.412 kilometer circuit with 4 wins to his name. Kimi Raikkonen has finished on the podium 8 times around here, but has never been able to convert that to a win. Clearly, as you can see, Ferrari have been the most dominant team, taking 6 of the 15 races held around Sakhir. The track is made up of 15 corners, 6 to the left, 9 to the right. Their lap record around here is held by Pedro De La Rosa with a 1:31.447 in 2005. But obviously, as you can see on our screens, this is not an F1 race, it is an actual F2, Formula 2 sprint race. So there is a feature race and a sprint race. They are both 50% of the normal races. I will bring up now for you guys who is in which car for this season. These are the main drivers, and as you can see in the bottom of your screen, they are the reserve drivers. So we're going to start at the top with the ARC Grand Prix drivers. We have Suma 27, Apex F1, then in Arden for BWT Arden we have Dubsy and Ryan is Fat, Canvas Racing, Hyper Toasters and Kev Berge. In the Carlin team, Ghost GT and GG Gaming King. Dams, we have Gazamba 70 and Gay Curabald, sorry, apologies. I'm gonna swap over to the main screen. I do highly apologize for that, but we are actually in one-shot qualifying at the moment. I do apologize. I completely forgot that it was one-shot qualifying. As you can see on our screens now, at the moment we have Geordie. This is going to be a bit painful because one-shot quality is a bit laggy, unfortunately. We're going to ride on board with the current leader at the moment coming into this tricky double left-hander. Very easy to lock the tyres, as Geordie has unfortunately done that. That's dropped him down heaps of positions. Now Suma is currently in the lead. Unfortunately, I do not know what car that is. I'm not too familiar with the F2 series on this game, but Plebs is currently in second at the moment with Ghost 01 GT. Unfortunately falling down a few places now, but then we have G Curabald in P4, TNF1 Banana Josh in 5th. He's going to be one to watch as well. He's been very quick in the practice sessions. I'll go back through who's in what car after qualifying is finished, but Plebs and Suma seems to be the two at the moment that are really close to each other. We're going to bring up the spectator menu. You see, Apex is the only actual driver at the moment that has elected to use the medium tyre. He's all the way down to 15. We're coming across the line now. We're going to see who gets pole position here. It is Suma on pole position with a 140.548, if I'm correct. That is correct. Then we have Plebs at the 140.6. Then G Curabald rounds out your top 3 at the 141.1. So the first 2 drivers seem to be a lot quicker at the moment than the other 2, just in the one-shot qualifying. But we're going to head back over to the positions here of everyone. As you can see, we have for MP Motorsport, we have Useless Cat as the primary driver. Then we have Flying Jippo. For the Prema team, we have Zephy and TNF1 Banana Josh, Cracker Jack and Geordie round out the Sailor Junior team. Plebs and Ken Tenma for Trident, Crossy F1 and Haas F1 157 for Vitosi. I think that's how you pronounce it. But here, as you can see, we're going to see on your screens now, here are the results here for the one-shot qualifying. Here for the, I believe if I'm correct, the sprint race is first. I'm not too sure. I'm going to say now, I'm not too familiar with how the F2 works. Yes, it is a feature race. So if I am correct, the feature race is 16 laps. I can double check for you now. Give me a moment. Yeah, so the feature race is 16 laps without a mandatory pit stop. So it'll be a full sprint. Basically, sorry, not a sprint. It will be a full race to the end. There is no pit stops. But then we have a 12-lap sprint race for the second race here, which is also a 50%. That is 12 laps, and that does not have a pit stop. The feature race does have a pit stop. I do apologize for that. But the starting grid for the sprint race is the finishing order from the feature race, but with the top 8 drivers in reverse order. So that's how the grid will be formed as well for the sprint race. We're waiting for the drivers now, as you can see, to come out for their formation lap. Just waiting for a few drivers. You see they are now setting off for their formation lap. We're going to go through the grid here for the first round of the Spec Esports Formula 2 Sprint Series here in Sakhir for the Bahrain Grand Prix. I'm going to bring up all of the telemetry for these. There you go. So in pole position we have Suma27, who takes out the first position with Plevs, who locks out the front row. Then we have G. Kuribold, 1 in position 3. Ghost 01 GT in position 4. Rounding out your top 5 is Geordie F1 for Prema, if I'm correct. I'm not too familiar with the team names. I'll get used to them eventually, but sorry if I do say one or two of the teams incorrectly. Then we have TNF1 Banana Josh, definitely one that's going to be one to watch. I'm going to check. The audio seems to be a little bit loud, so I'm going to turn that down. There you go. My apologies. Then we have 40, 22 in position 7. Then Dubsy for the Arden team, the BWT Arden team in 8th. Position 9 is Flying Jippo. Then 10th, rounding out the top 10, is Ken Tenma. Kev Bergie 66 in position 11. Crossy F1 sitting in position 12. GG Gaming King in 13th, as you can see. Crackerjack 19, 14th, 15th is Apex F1, F1 Amazing Al, who I do not believe set a proper lap time. I think he wanted to start from the rear, if I'm not too sure. He is definitely a really, really quick driver at the F1 2019 games. He's going to be one to watch from the rear. Then you have Ryan is Fat sitting in position 17, rounding out your grid here. As you can see, the drivers are now heading out onto the grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Suma driving a Nick DeVries car, as you can see. Waiting for the drivers to form up now. Then again, I do highly apologise if I do get some of the teams incorrect. I'm not, as I said before, I'm not too familiar with how the Formula 2 Championship runs or any of the teams. So if I do make a mistake, I apologise in advance. Hopefully the stream isn't lagging too badly either. Waiting for the drivers to all line up now, as you can see. Waiting for the final driver in Arden for Ryan Fat. There's a driver right at the back there, so I think he's just trying to warm up his tyres nicely. If I'm correct, that is Kev Bergie. Because I don't think yes, I think that is Kev Bergie, it is indeed. We're going to jump back on board with the front leaders. We're on board at the moment where Plebs are waiting for the light sequence to begin. Here we are, the light sequence is now about to begin for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We have 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Lights out and away they go, as you can see. Sumo got a really good start there. Plebs has dropped down a position, back into position 4. He's got a really bad start there, going nearly 4 wide, coming into turn 1. They're going to go 4 wide, coming into turn 1, and the inside there is Plebs. He's trying to make a few positions. There's contact there with Plebs, and if I am correct, that is G Curable. So he may have potential damage, and that is Plebs that has spun around at the back. So that is unfortunate for him. He's going to go way down the order, but we're going to move up to the front here. As you can see, there are drivers going side by side, coming into turn 4. Everyone seems to get through nicely. There's drivers spinning off in the back. That's the Arden driver of Dubsy, if I'm correct. All the way back. So he's unfortunately spun around at turn 4. But it's currently Suma that is leading the race at the moment. He's 1 second ahead of Geordie F1. Then G Curavold is currently in position 3. Then 40 in 4th. Rounding out the top 5 is TNF1, Banana Josh. Flying Jippo is currently in position 6. And then we have Crackerjack 19 in position 8. They made contact there, did Ghost 01 and Flying Jippo. So they're going to be coming side by side down this first DRS straight. So second DRS straight rather. But unfortunately the real loser out of that was definitely Plebs. He started on the front row, but unfortunately he's going all the way back down to 15th. So he's going to have a little bit of work to do in the 16 lap race. As you can see now, G Curavold, sorry, Suma, definitely starting to pull away from 40. At the moment, as he runs really wide on exit, he might get a little bit of pressure here from G Curavold coming down the straight. He's going to have slipstream as Suma crosses the line for the first lap here of the Bahrain Grand Prix. They're going to be side by side coming to turn 1. He's going to try and go the long way as G Curavold. If I'm correct, that is Dams. If I am correct, he's going to go around the outside as G Curavold. He cuts the corner a little bit, but manages to get the position. As if I am correct, that was Crackerjack that just got a 5-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Now that 40's going side by side now with Geordie, he gets a lot of oversteer on exit there, so that luckily Geordie is allowed to keep that position. Then TNF1 Banana Josh in the Premier team. He's fallen off a little bit. He's trying to catch up to these front 3 here that are battling for position 2. 40's starting to put a lot of pressure at the moment on Geordie here. Coming into this double left-hander, very easy to lock up here. All the drivers take it very cautious as Geordie runs really wide, but then also 40 cut that corner a little bit there. You're going over 260 kilometers an hour coming into this next left-hander. You're going to carry as much momentum through it so you don't slow the car too much down. You see, he got through there very nicely to 40. Geordie's starting to make a few mistakes. Coming through this right-hander now. Modern day F1 cars are flat out, but unfortunately for F2, they do not have the aerodynamics. All these cars are spec as well, so they are all as equal as possible. But it is currently Suma that leads the way for the Bahrain Grand Prix. He's heading on to lap 3 now. DRS will be enabled. As you can see, then we're going to have a look at G Curavold has managed to pull a little bit of a gap from Geordie as Suma sets the fastest lap at 1:43.793 in that Arc Grand Prix car. Then Geordie at the moment trying to keep with G Curavold, but unfortunately he is pulling off a little bit. And as you can see, Banana Josh goes down the inside of 40 there, coming into turn 1. Unfortunately wasn't able to make the move 6. They are neck to neck coming into turn 3 now. He's going to have DRS as Josh. He's going to maybe try and get down the inside, but unfortunately 40 does as well, so that's not going to help his run. He's going to try and go around the outside as Josh as he locks the inside front, so he's going to get a lot of understeer. 40 manages to keep the position there. The Premier driver seems to be struggling with a little bit of grip here, unfortunately. Flying Jippo has fallen off a little bit, but F1 Amazing now has moved up 9 positions, so he's going to be really quick. He's locking up the inside front. Very easy to lock the tyres in these F2 cars. I'm trying to find some other battles here, guys. As you can see, between Plebs now. Plebs is trying to make his way back up field. He has now managed to get himself back in the top 10. He's going to be putting a bit of pressure on Crackerjack as Crackerjack runs blind. He's going to get DRS with Plebs. He's going to go down the inside. Now, as Plebs, he's going to move up into position 9. He's already brought a little bit of a gap there to Crackerjack. So he should have no pressure whatsoever. He's going to be chasing down Ghost 01 GT now. He's actually managing to keep with Amazing Hour as he gets a little bit of oversteer there. Does Ghost. But we're going to move back up to the front here. As you can see, the top 5 are all converging on each other. The Flying Jeppo's a little bit too far behind to think about making a move. There's going to be a bit of slipstreaming here coming down this front straight, so we're going to ride on board with this front group. As you can see, if I'm correct, the majority of them all have DRS except for Geordie. Are they going to try and make a move? Sorry, G Kuribold rather. None of them make a move. They all decide to play it safe. Coming into turn 1 now. Easy to lock the inside front. Don't turn in too early because you will lose the rear end very easily. As you can see, G Kuribold runs wide there. We're going to watch these two battle here. And then 40 starting to make a move. TNF1 Banana Josh tries to make a move down the inside, but unfortunately wasn't able to make it stick. He runs wide though. Does 40. TNF1 Banana Josh manages to get down the inside, moving him up into 4th position, but 40 managed to get a really nice crisscross there on the Prema driver, so he manages to keep his position, putting Josh back down to position 5. We're going to have right on board now with Amazing Air, who is right on the rear of Flying Jippo now. That's Josh just run really wide there. On the exit of the double left hand, he's most likely locked the inside front, which that's not going to be good for his tyre wear. Just remember as well that all these drivers must make a pit stop as well. There is a mandatory pit stop. Dives down the inside, does F1 Amazing, gets that move. Cleanly done, textbook move there. But he's not unfortunately been able to keep that position. He's going to go side by side with Flying Jippo. But unfortunately Jippo has thought better of it, as he just knows that Amazing Hour is definitely the faster driver now in that damn car. Is Jippo going to try and make another move down the inside? He is going to. He's going to dive down the inside of the final corner. No, he thinks better of it. So now F1 Amazing Hour has his eyes on Banana Josh in front of him. A few of the drivers are making a pit stop now, as you can see. If I'm correct, that is Geordie now. Geordie has now made a pit stop for the Prema team. Down the inside goes F1 Amazing Hour, as you can see. I'm Flying Jippo, so Jippo's actually got that position back on Amazing Hour, so he must have had a really nice run coming out of the final corner. Or Amazing Hour's made a mistake. But Amazing Hour's going to fight it back. Coming into turn 4 now. He's going to try and go round the outside as Amazing Hour. There's not much room given, and they made contact. They have both put himself into the wall, if I am correct there. I do not think Jippo gave Amazing Hour enough room, and Amazing Hour does not have any front wing, if I am correct. He actually does, but I wouldn't be surprised if he managed to get himself a bit of damage. Yes, he does not have a front left. He does not have a left end plate there. So he's going to have to make a pit stop here on lap 5, if I'm correct. It is lap 5. But it is currently Suma still in the lead at the moment. Then we have G Kuribold for the Dams team in position 2. 40 in third. As you can see, Flying Jippo has gained himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple track extending warnings. TNF1 Banana Josh had a bit of pressure from F1 Amazing Hour, but unfortunately they made contact, the F1 Amazing Hour and Jippo. But we're going to move to the front drivers here. They're going side by side. Coming into the final corner does 40 and G Kuribold. G Kuribold is later on the brakes, but 40's going to get a little bit of a tap there. He gives to the Dams driver. They're going to go into the pit lane here. Both the drivers. No, 40 decides to stay out, but G Kuribold makes a pit stop here. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Amazing Hour in as well. And same with Flying Jippo. But Banana Josh has actually gained himself a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so that's very unfortunate for him. Cracker Jack has gained himself another 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well, so the drivers must be having issues with slowing down coming into the pit lane. But Suma is definitely pulling away, and he's definitely seems to be the quickest at the moment, leading this Grand Prix. Then we have 40 in position 2. Then Plebs has now moved himself up to position 3. If I'm correct, he has not made a pit stop yet. Then we have F1 Amazing Hour, who has just come out of his pit stop and managed to get... Actually, no, he has not made a pit stop. He still has that front left end plate damage, unless... Yeah, I will have a look here. I'll bring this up. Stop, so as you can see, the top 5 at the moment of Suma, 40, Plebs, F1 Amazing Hour, and Apex are the only 5 drivers that have unfortunately not made a pit stop, so they're all going to have to come into the pits this lap. I think F1 Amazing Hour was trying to overcut the driver of Flying Jippo there, because they did make contact previously. I wouldn't be surprised here if you see the current race leader here for the feature race come into the pits now. 40 will most likely follow him here as well. Then we have Plebs, who unfortunately went all the way back down to position 15 as he did start position 2, but he went all the way back down to position 15. He seems to be really quick at the moment, so hopefully he doesn't come out too far back. There's a 14-second gap between Apex and Geordie, so he should come out around P5. He locks up, coming into the final corner. As you can see, Suma's in the pits now, 40's in the pits. I think Plebs will pit this lap as he does. But F1 Amazing elects to actually stay out here, so he's going to be leading this Grand Prix. Plebs has gained himself a 5-second time penalty, so that is now 3 drivers that have sped in the pit lane. Slower stops here for the F2 drivers as well. 1 driver per wheel, so it is a lot slower of a pit stop. F1 Amazing and Apex elect to stay out of this Grand Prix, so at the moment, the Dams driver is sitting in position 1 as Geordie sets a fastest lap of 1:43 for the Sauber junior team. Who are we spectating is Suma. I believe Suma just crossed the pit exit line there, so I wouldn't be surprised if he has a time penalty there. He just came out of the pits and just completely crossed out over that pit exit line. So he could potentially have a penalty here. But Amazing House leads this race at the moment. He's going to be trying to do the overcut. He does have front wing damage. Not too sure if he will decide to fix that or not. As you can see in the bottom right, he has elected to fix it. As you can see, the green little tool there next to the RPM. Locked up massively. His tyres definitely seem to be wearing at the moment. Then we have Apex and Suma in position 2 and 3. Then we have Geordie at the moment, who recently made contact with F1 Amazing, our current race leader. And G Kurbold in position 5. 40 in position 6, and TNF1 Banana Josh. Round 8 top 7, then Plebs, who unfortunately come all the way back down, come out back down in 8. So he's going to have TNF1 Banana Josh in his sights. He's going to be wanting to chase him, but it's only F1 Amazing and Apex who have failed to make a pit stop at the moment. All the drivers are on the mediums at the moment. Amazing and Apex may elect to go on to the softs. I'm not too sure, but we're going to watch now. Is Amazing how decide to pit? No, he doesn't. He decides to go even longer, so he's definitely going to be wanting to... Actually, no, he started on the medium, so he's going to be going a little bit longer than the majority of the drivers. Same with Apex. He's going to be hoping to put on the soft tyres as Geordie is still going faster with a 1:43.4 in that Sauber car. Then Banana Josh immediately takes down that time in the Prema for a 1:43.2 if I was correct. I'm going to try and find a little bit of a battle here for you. As you can see now, Josh has spun on the exit of turn 2 there. That's unfortunate for the Prema driver. He has spun it on the exit. So now he's going to be dropping down the positions, and that's not going to be ideal for his tyre wear. So he's going to drop way back now, and Ryan is most likely going to get a position on him here. Will he dive down the inside? No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it, but Josh is going to have really, really hot tyres now, so he's going to have to try and cool them down, but he has unfortunately dropped all the way back down to position 9. Plebs locks up massively, coming into one of the 3 hairpins of this track. Through the double left-hander, easy to lock the inside front as he has done there. Not ideal for his tyre wear and tyre temperatures. He does not have DRS, but Flying Jibbo behind him does. He's going to be starting to put the pressure on. He definitely seems to be really quick at the moment. Second quickest, actually, as TNF1 Banana Josh has the fastest lap of the race, who unfortunately just spun around on the exit of turn 2 there. Apex has now made a pit stop. He's put himself back down. Actually, no, he has not made a pit stop. I think he spun around there as Apex, and he probably will be making pit stop now. As F1 Amazing out pit? No, he doesn't. He goes around for another lap in that Dams car. Suma is the current leader. He's got 18 seconds as Amazing House, so the longer he stays out, the quicker Suma's going to be catching him as he sets a fast lap. Then 40 immediately takes that off him. The 1:42.769 for the Trident team. Trident is the yellow car. I need to remember that. But could this kind of be a last to first challenge here for Amazing Hour? He started down all the way in position 15. As you can see now, 40 goes down the inside of G Kuribol. They give enough space for each other. But I think Apex, so that was Apex. My apologies for that. Apex puts himself back down to P5. He has still failed to make a pit stop here, so I think he's got really, really warm tyres. So he'd be wanting to make a pit stop around this lap, I think. The longer he leaves it, he's not going to get as much out of the tyres as you would think. He's going to probably put the soft tyre on if I'm correct. But F1 Amazing Hour is still sitting at that 18-second mark in front of Suma. Very quick driver is F1 Amazing Hour. The majority of the leagues that I spectate him in, he's always quick in every car that he drives in. I definitely think Amazing Hour's got to pit this lap to get the maximum out of the tyres. He has unfortunately dropped a little bit of the time now. He's lost about 0.5 of a second to Suma. So he's making a pit stop now. It is F1 Amazing Hour, so we're going to ride on board with Suma to see where he comes out. It's going to be really tight here between the Dams driver of F1 Amazing Hour and Suma. As Amazing Hour finishes pit stop, he has not actually, so Suma's going to come out in the lead of this Grand Prix. That's going to put Amazing Hour down to around P4 if I'm correct. Yes, that is, and there's way too much of a gap. Actually, no, let's put him back down to P5. So Plebs is actually going to come out pretty close to him. No, he has actually not finished his pit stop as Amazing Hour. How long was that pit stop? That was actually seemed pretty long, longer than I thought, so they may have had a little bit of an issue there. But he's going to fall all the way back down. He's only got 6 laps at the moment to move all the way back up, so I definitely feel like he's pitted way too late. Here's F1 Amazing Hour. He's going to drop down behind Ken Tenma for position 11. They're going to go side by side potentially into turn 1. No, they don't. He is a little bit too far ahead is Ken Tenma. Banana Josh currently riding by himself, but we're going to ride down the order for you. As you can see, Suma 27 currently leads the Grand Prix with 6 laps remaining. Then we have Geordie F1 in position 2, 2.4 seconds behind the race leader. Then we have 40, who is starting to get a bit closer. He has position 2. He does have DRS, so that's only going to gain him closer and closer. He has not opened it actually, so I'm not too sure if 40 has realised that he has DRS or not. But anyway, G Kuribold rounds out your second row here in position 4 for Dams. Plebs, who started position 2, went back down to 15th, is now all the way back up into position 5, so he's definitely had a really good race there. Then Flying Jippo in position 6, starting to try and catch the 5th place driver of Plebs. Then we have Banana Josh, who unfortunately spun around on the exit of turn 2, which dropped him a lot of time and a lot of positions there. Every driver has now made a pit stop. As you can see, Ryan is fat for the Arden team. In position 8, Crossy F1, P9, F1 Amazing Hour has managed to get ahead of Ken Tenma to get into the top 10. Ken Tenma in 11, Cracker Jack 19 in position 12, who is starting to feel the pressure from Ghost 01 GT. Unfortunately, Kev Berge is a little bit too far behind to think about making a move, but we're going to ride on board here. This is going to be for position 12. Will Ghost 01 GT have enough speed down the straight? He's got DRS slipstream as well. Dubsy Sinners, unfortunately, retired from this Grand Prix. He's going to go side by side. He does the juke. Come into turn 1. Goes down the inside as Ghost 01 GT manages to pull it up just enough. Crackerjack's going to have the switchback though, and he gets back that position. Does Crackerjack? Sorry about that. I accidentally clicked the wrong button there. Crackerjack manages to keep that position. For in position 12, Ghost 01 GT is relegated back down to position 13 after trying to make a move there. Coming to turn 1, Ken Tenma has gained himself a 3-second time penalty. He's done really deep here as Ghost 01 GT. So he is driving in the Carlin car. Oh, I've got the list up on my phone now so I can check who's driving which cars. Crackerjack has now run really wide there. So that has put him back down into position 13 for the Sauber Junior team. F1 Amazing Hour is catching up to Crossy. Will he be able to make a move coming to turn 1? I don't think he'll be able to make it in coming to the last corner, but he's also got the Arden driver of Ryan is Fat right in front of him as well. He's actually got a really nice run here as F1 Amazing Hour, but I think if he was smart, he would definitely stay behind him here. and wait for the DRS, which he has done. Locks up a lot of those crosses, locked the rear tyres, which has pushed him wide, relegating him back down to position 10. Amazing Al is now in the lead, and now his eyes are all on the Arden driver as he sets the fastest lap and does Amazing Al with the 1:42 flat. So he is looking very quick with 4 laps to go in this Grand Prix. I think Amazing Al made a little mistake there on the exit of turn 1, but he has a really nice run now. Does the Arden driver. So not the Arden driver. The Dams driver, he's going to go around the outside. It's Amazing Al, and unfortunately, Ryan is fat, has unfortunately spun around there. That's relegated him all the way back down to P10, so now he's going to be fighting with Ken Tenma. If I'm correct, he probably would have floored the gas a little bit too quick there. Now, Amazing Al has got Josh in his sights. Josh is not currently fighting with anyone. He's got no one in front of him or behind him for a little while, but there is a little battle pack here between G. Kurbold, Plebs, and Flying Jippo, so we're going to watch right on board with Plebs here. He's starting to put the pressure on Kurbold here, but then Plebs is also feeling the pressure from Banana Josh's Apex. Gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple corner cutting warnings. Kurbold's one's really wide there, so I wouldn't be surprised if he got an exceeding track limits time warning there. I think the majority of the drivers at the moment have got a penalty. Kurbold runs a little bit wide there, but then also Plebs cuts that corner a lot there. He's going to have DRS for the Trident team. He's going to potentially think about making a move grabbing turn 1. He's got the slipstream and the DRS. Will he make a move down the inside? He elects to go to the outside, which will eventually be the inside for turn 2. Will he hold it around the outside? He's trying to. He can't. He's trying to put the power down. Managed to get down the inside through turn 2. They might slight wheel-to-wheel contact. If I'm correct though, I did see the G Kurbold also did a front end plate damage, but Flying Jippo is going to try and go down the inside now of G Kurbold. They're going to go side by side on the exit of turn 2, but unfortunately they made contact there, and Jippo was run off into the dirt there, so that's slowed him down here, and that is not going to be ideal for him. I don't think he'll be able to catch back up to these front 2 drivers. But Jippo was definitely looking there to get both of the drivers, actually. They both had a really bad exit coming through 1 and 2. Then he had the run into turn 3, but I think he floored the gas a little bit too quickly on the exit there, so that's unfortunate there for the MP Motorsport driver. But now the battle for P4. You can see Plebs on really deep into that corner, locks the inside front. His tyres are going to start to feel it if he keeps locking that inside front tyres. Kurbold's run really wide there. Will he think about making a move with Plebs? I think if he was smart, he would definitely sit behind him here and wait for the DRS coming into turn 1. This is definitely the battle that's going on in this race at the moment. Apex gains himself another 3-second time penalty. He locks up massively with Plebs in order to not take any front wing damage or hit the rear of the damage driver of G Kurbold. He's going to have DRS and slipstream here. Does Plebs. For the Trident team, he's going to go down the inside. He should be far enough ahead here to not have any pressure coming into turn 1. He's going to come across. Will he? No, he doesn't. As you can see, G Kurbold's going to try and go around the outside here. Will he manage to hold it? No, he loses the rear end on acceleration. So Plebs has moved himself up into position 4. I think Jippo has unfortunately gained himself a 3-second time penalty, if I am correct as well. He does have the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. I will check in a second. But Amazing Al and Josh are really starting to catch up to each other here. We're going to ride on board with Amazing Al as Plebs. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to catch Geordie F1 for position 3 as he's got 8 seconds to gain with 2 laps remaining in this Grand Prix. Amazing Al definitely seems to be the faster driver of these two here, battling for position 7. I do not think that Amazing Al's strategy was definitely the right one there. I think he stayed out a little bit too late there on his medium tyres. He definitely should have pitted earlier. Josh runs really wide on exit. He's locked the inside front. That's going to push him wide, but Amazing Al's going to have DRS and slipstream coming into his fast left-hander. He's going to have slipstream. Will he dive down the inside? He's going to think about it. Oh, Banana Josh for the Prema team. He's going to get that move done coming into turn 13, if I am correct. Banana Josh is hanging in there with him, though. I think if I was Josh, I'd definitely just sit behind Amazing Al. and keep within his DRS range and slipstream. And just try and catch up to Flying Jippo, but unfortunately there's only 2 laps remaining, so I do not think either of these drivers are going to be able to do it. They both lock up coming into the final corner. Banana Josh is going to have DRS and slipstream coming down the straight. Will he think about making a move on F1 Amazing Hour? He's got no pressure from behind at the moment, so will he dive down the inside? He's definitely got the run. He's going to go down there. He thinks about it. Unfortunately, he's not deep enough. Amazing Hour locks the inside from there. Luckily gets away with it, but Josh gets a snap of oversteer, which has put him back down a little bit. Apex now with around 9 seconds worth of penalties. Before we're going to ride on board with the front drivers here. Suma and 40 have managed to catch up to each other here. Ryan is fat for the Arden team. He's gained himself a 3-second penalty. I'm trying to see what car 40 did. Is in the Sauber car, sorry. And then we've got the Art Grand Prix driver of Suma 27 leading this Grand Prix. They are on the penultimate lap here of this 16-lap feature race. Just a reminder, the top 8 will be reversed, as you can see. So currently, as it stands, Banana Josh will be on pole position for the sprint race here in Bahrain. They're heading on to the final lap now as they come through the final corner. 40 in the Sauber car is definitely going to be really aggressive here on the final lap here. Suma's not going to have DRS or slipstream. So now as you see, 40 in the Sauber car is going to go down the inside of the Art driver. Suma doesn't put up too much of a fight. If I was him, I would definitely sit behind him and wait for the DRS, for the second DRS zone, which I think he is elected to do. So if he can keep here with the Sauber driver, he has got DRS here. Is he going to try and make a move? Coming into turn 3. No, he doesn't. He elects to go to the outside. Does the Arc Grand Prix driver. He unfortunately runs way too deep there. And he's lost the rear. So that moves 40 on the last lap of the Grand Prix into first position with Suma in P2 there. So 40 has not led a lap at all. Disqualified from session is Kev Berge. Unfortunately, he has failed to use the 2 different tyre compounds. So I think if I was correct, he went from medium to medium. So Kev Berge, unfortunately, for the Sauber team, has put himself back down into B17 with Dubsy Sin 16th as well. Unfortunately, DNF'd from this Grand Prix. He has DRS, does the Arc Grand Prix driver, but unfortunately, I do not think he is close enough. Kev Berge's left the session too. I do not know if he knows that there is 2 races here this afternoon. But anyway. See, it looks like it's going to be a win for the Sauber team here. 40 has not led a lap at all this afternoon. He's managed to get Suma coming into turn 1 and has managed to hold on through the final corner. It's going to be the Sauber junior team driver of, sorry, not Sauber. I've been saying that wrong the entire time. I do apologise for that. But anyway, 40 takes the win in the feature race here. So he's going to be starting in position 8 and 5-second time penalty. Another 5-second time penalty for Plebs for an unserved penalty. So that's gained himself 10 seconds worth of penalties, if I'm correct. I do apologise for saying Sauber team. It's actually Vitosi. I do apologise for that. Banana Josh gained himself a 5-second time penalty for an unserved time penalty as well. But then it is Geordie who takes out position 2. Suma went back down to position 3. I think that was because of a time penalty. Plebs moves himself up to position 4. So from going from second to last practically, then back up into position 4. That is a really good race there for Plebs in the Trident team. Then you got G. Kuribold and Gazamba, and F1 Amazing Hour in position 5 and 6. Then Flying Jippo in position 7 too. Unfortunately spun around halfway through the race. Rounds out your top 7. We're going to have a look at the provisional results here in a minute. Here in Sakia, as you can see, the Vitosi driver took the win here in Bahrain ahead of the Sauber F1 driver. going to skip this here. I do apologise again for saying the wrong teams, but we have 40 who took out the feature race win at the moment in the Vitersi car. Then you have Geordie F1 who rounded out your top 2 for the Sauber F1 team, junior team. Then Arc Grand Prix in position 3, Plebs in for Trident in position 4. Then rounding out your top 5 is G Curribold and Dams. Then you got the other Dams driver of F1 Amazing Hour, P7 MP Motorsport driver of Flying Jippo in position 7. Then Banana Josh, who will be starting on pole for the sprint race this afternoon in that Prema car, P8. Then Crossy F1 for the Vitersi team rounds out your top 9. And then top 10 for Carlin is Go 01 GT. Ken Tenmar for Trident in 11th. Ryan is Fat BWT Arden in position 12. 13th GG Gaming King. Apex in 14th. 15th Crackerjack. Dubsy Sin in 16th. Rounds out your top 16 there. All your finishing drivers. So now it is going to be the sprint race here. Just going to wait now for the drivers to come out for the sprint race. There is no pit stops needed in this race. This is a 12-lap race, if I'm correct, as well. But as you can see now, the drivers are heading out for their formation lap for the sprint race here in Bahrain. This is the final race. There are 12 laps out of the drivers. We have TNF1, Banana Josh, sitting on pole position here for the Prema team. Then we have Flying Jippo in position 2. Then F1 Amazing Hour MP3. He's going to be one to watch. He's going to be really quick at the end of this Grand Prix. G Curribold, P4 for the other Dams driver. Then we have Plebs P5, who is ideally probably in the best position at the moment. He finished P4 in the last race, and he's starting one position less at the moment than what he finished in the previous race. Then we're going to have Suma in position 6. Then we're going to have Geordie in 7th, 40 and Crossy in position 8, the two teammates. Go 01 GT rounds out your top 10. Ken Tenmar in position 11. Ryan is Fat for the Arden team rounds out top 12. And GG Gaming King 13. Apex in 14th. Crackerjack, who's sitting on the grid, and so is Dubsy. But I think if I'm correct, actually I think Crackerjack and Dubsy did make contact. If I was correct, I just saw as well. So these two are not going to have very warm tyres on the side of the race. But they are at the back of the grid anyway, so they're not going to have much pressure from any of the drivers behind. Waiting for Banana Josh. If I was him, I'd definitely start slowing down the pack at the moment. Trying to bunch them all up so his tyres do not get too cold. Waiting for everyone to grid up. About 15 seconds between him and Apex. So if I was him, I'd definitely slow down at the moment. Which I think Flying Jippo was doing just to keep his tyres nice and cold. So nice and warm, rather. Plebs and Amazing Hour are definitely going to be ones to watch. Plebs has definitely been really quick here. As you've seen in the previous race, he went from second to last on the first lap, but got himself back up into position 4, starting one position lower than he finished in the feature race before. This is the sprint race here for the final race of the Bahrain Grand Prix here for the Formula 2 Sprint Series here for the Spec Esports Championship. Waiting for all the drivers to form up now. Waiting for the live sequence to begin here. The final race here. All the drivers are on the grid waiting for the light sequence to start. We have 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights for the feature race, the sprint race here. They are underway, as you can see. TNF1 Banana Josh gets a really nice start, but he's going to have a lot of pressure from F1 Amazing Hour. He's got to really He's bolted off the start. They're going to go 3 wide coming into turn 1. Are they going to make contact? Unfortunately, no, they did it. F1 Amazing Hour spun around on the exit of turn 1, and I think he's got hit. That looked like a Lewis Hamilton and Felipe Massa there. That looked like a complete replica. But anyway, Jippo leads coming into this Grand Prix. He's making a lot of weaving there, so that could be something to look at. But as you can see, the Arden driver of Ryan is Fat going side by side with Amazing Hour coming into turn 2 there. So turn 3, rather. Amazing Hour dropped way back down to position 7. They were going 3 wide. Someone had to back out, but unfortunately, none of them did. Sumo is going to get past here by F1 Amazing Hour. He's going to move himself back up into P6. There are no pit stops in this Grand Prix either. He's going to start to feel the pressure now. Is Plebs from F1 Amazing Hour. He locks up the inside. He's going to try and dive down there. He does, but I think Plebs got the traction there. He gets a little bit of oversteer with Amazing Hour. They're going to go side by side. Plebs seems to have the little bit of the more top speed here. But he has the inside line as Amazing Hour. Will Plebs try and hold it? He does. He's going to go side by side here with Amazing Hour. For the Trident team and the Dams, they're going to still go side by side. Coming into this fast right-hander, they're going to make wheel-to-wheel contact there as Amazing Hour runs out wide there. Still side by side. 5 corners later, but Amazing Hour runs out wide there. If I'm correct, they're actually still side by side. So this is around, they've been side by side for around 7 corners now. Plebs doesn't want to give up this position, but Amazing Hour runs really deep there. So Plebs is going to have the slipstream here. There are a lot of drivers at the front weaving a lot. You're only allowed to make one defensive maneuver as Josh and Geordie are going to go side by side. So Josh and Kuribold are going to go side by side into turn 1. Kuribold cuts him off, coming into turn 1. Fair play there from the Dams driver, moving himself up into P2. Going to be chasing down Jippo now. Amazing Hour gets ahead of Plebs, and now his eyes are on Geordie in front of him. Suma sitting right behind Plebs at the moment, back down P6. Plebs has unfortunately lost the position from where he started in position 7. But is that TNF1 Banana Josh, who has actually spun out again on the exit of turn 4 there. That's unfortunate for the Prema team. I think he has a bit of damage. He does to his front wing. His right end plate there is damaged there. So that's very unfortunate for the Prema team. See, that's the Arden driver there of Ryan is Fat running out really wide through the double left-hander. They're going to be going side by side if I'm correct, coming to turn 1. No, they actually made contact as Apex and Ghost. I think Apex just completely drilled the rear of Ghost there. I think he may have a bit of front wing damage, and that's actually, Josh has actually fallen back down out of the top 10 now. He does have front wing damage. Does the Prema driver, so he's going to have to come in for a pit stop here. He's going to be putting on the soft tyres potentially, or he might be going on to another set of mediums. But Amazing Hour going to be chasing down Geordie. He's managed to catch up a lot as Jippo sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix at 1:42.8 in the Dams car. Yeah, F1 Amazing Hour takes that off him immediately. The top 4 are all converging on each other, and Plebs is still not out of this, by the way. Nor is Sumo. More is 40 actually. The top 10 are actually, so the top 9 are actually not too far away from each other, if I'm correct. Go01 GT has got DRS on Crossy at the moment. Will he think about making a move coming to turn 3? No, he doesn't. Sorry, turn 4. Dubsy Sin has gained himself a 3-second time penalty. Back down in P12 there. Banana Josh is in the pits there. Unfortunate race here for him. F1 Amazing Hour has managed to get ahead of Geordie. Coming into turn 7. One of the 3 hairpins there. Plebs gets really close there to the rear of Geordie. He's going to have DRS, but so is Geordie, so they're going to be going neck to neck coming into turn 1. All the final bash, all the penultimate corners. A lot of pressure has been putting on by Plebs to Geordie at the moment, waiting for Geordie to make a mistake. He'll be looking to see where Geordie is obviously weaker than him, as he sees he does not have any corner speed, this Geordie. And he gets a really nice exit. Kurbold now has a 3-second time penalty with multiple warnings. He doesn't seem to be catching or losing at the moment to Flying Jippo. Last lap round it was at 1.5 seconds as F1 Amazing Hour runs really wide through the final corner. Plebs might be making a move here coming to turn 1. They both have DRS, so I don't think that is actually going to happen. Suma's fallen off a little bit. So is 40, and so is Ghost actually. Crossy is close enough, he is within DRS of Ghost 01 GT. In that Carlin car. Apex is by himself at the moment, but he's going to start to feel the pressure from the Arden driver who actually drills Apex. Coming to turn 1 there. This is the second time Apex has been rear-ended. We're going to ride on board with Josh here. As you can see, Gaming King has retired from the session, so we're going to have a look here on board with Banana Josh. We're going to see where Gaming King's car is for the Carlin team. There's yellow flags on the front straight, actually. So we're going to have a look here. There was a lot of weaving on the straight. I think his car's disappeared there, as you can see. Flying Jippo leads his Grand Prix on lap 4 of 12 here. Then we have G. Kurbold in the Dams car, who is going to be starting to feel the pressure from his teammate F1 Amazing Hour. Then we have Geordie F1 sitting in position 4, is feeling the pressure now from Plebs, who is just within DRS, 7 tenths. As 40 now moves down the inside of Suma there. For the Vitersi team. 40's gained himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Suma, I think, is about to fall out of DRS range here for the Vitersi driver. Plebs has gained himself a 5-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. He's run really devious, Suma. Ghost 01 GT's a little bit too far back to think about making a move. Geordie sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. As you can see now, Geordie is going to try and move down the inside there of Plebs, which I think he does actually done. So not Plebs, that was F1 Amazing Hour actually. So Geordie seems to be really quick at the moment. He's not letting F1 Amazing Hour get away from him. Amazing Hour locks up coming into turn 4. But Geordie seems to be really quick here. 5 tenths is the gap between the Dams driver and Geordie. Locks up again, does F1 Amazing Hour. He's going to be trying to catch his teammate here, then hopefully be able to contest for the lead of this Grand Prix. Banana Josh, unfortunately 24 seconds behind Ken Tenmas. He's just going to be going for the fastest lap here potentially, but unfortunately won't give him a point because he is out of the top 10. Unfortunate. Couple of races here for Banana Josh, unfortunately losing the rear end through turn 2 on exit. So that's not been his strongest of corners, obviously. But F1 Amazing Hour is now within DRS range of his teammate. Geordie has fallen out of the DRS range. It's now 1.2 seconds. So we're going to ride on board here with Amazing Hour. Minus Pack gets a 3-second time penalty. In a second, I'm going to mute the microphones of the drivers. I don't want to be hearing them in the broadcast. F1 Amazing Hour is setting the fastest lap. He has responded. Is he going to try and dive down the inside? Coming to turn 1. Will he think about it? No, he doesn't. He's right on the back of his teammate here. They're going to potentially go side by side as he gets a really bad run. Does G. Kurbold. I don't think he's going to put up too much of a fight here as he knows Amazing Hour is definitely faster, as you can see he does. I definitely think G. Kurbold is just going to try and keep with his teammate here and catch up to the lead driver of Flying Jippo. 1.5 seconds between Amazing Hour and Jippo. Geordie has now fallen off a little bit. I think his tyres are falling off. He's now 1.3 seconds behind G. Kurbold. Plebs is by himself trying to catch up to Geordie in position 4. 40 at the moment, starting to feel the pressure from Suma, who is exactly a second behind him. So we're going to see if he gets DRS here. I think he actually has a bit of damage. Does Suma in that Art Grand Prix car. He does not get DRS, unfortunately. As you can see, he is actually he was 0.8 of a second behind 40, but at the point of the DRS detection zone, he was not within a second. Go 01 GT just limbering behind. Sumo and 40 at the moment. Crossy is by himself. Then we have the two Arden drivers, and GG Gaming King has left the session now. He has no need to be in the session, so that's an unfortunate end to the weekend for him. Ken Tenma by himself. Then he's got Banana Josh a little bit behind him. Then Apex is actually going to start to catch up to Banana Josh. I think Apex made a pit stop because he may have had a bit of damage, so there could be a little bit of a battle between these two coming towards the end of the race. But it is still Flying Jippo who leads the Grand Prix. Amazing how it doesn't seem to be catching Flying Jippo at the moment. In that MP Motorsport car. It's sitting around 1.3 of a second between position 1 and 2. G. Kuribold is managing to just keep within DRS range of his teammate. Then Geordie is still sitting at that 1.3 mark, and Plebs is actually now within DRS. It's actually just ticked over to a second, so hopefully he can get within DRS before the next detection zone here, which is about to come up. We're going to sit right on board here with Plebs, see if he manages to get DRS. No, unfortunately he does not. Geordie runs really wide though, so that's going to give Plebs a better run out of the double left hand there, and Slipstream coming down this back straight here. He may be able to potentially make a move coming into turn 1. All the back straight, we'll have to watch there, but Amazing Hour is now within DRS of the race leader of Jippo. Kuribold's unfortunately fallen out of DRS range of his teammate, so that's not going to be ideal for him if he wants to have any chance of winning this Grand Prix. But Amazing Hour definitely seems to be the fastest driver at the moment. Jippo weaving all over the track. They're doing a Lewis Hamilton at Malaysia. Amazing Hour's going to have DRS coming onto the front straight now. He baits the pit lane, does Jippo. There's no real need to there, as there is obviously no need to make a pit stop. Jippo's weaving all over the track a lot, so you're only allowed to make one defensive maneuver to break the slipstream. So Jippo could be under the watch. He could be really being watched by the shots at the moment. As he goes side by side, coming into turn 4. It's Amazing how to hold it around the outside. No, he thinks better of it. He's going to try and get the crisscross though. That's Amazing how he manages to move himself into position 2 ahead of Flying Jippo. The Dams driver of F1 Amazing Hour has moved up. I'll wait till I can see that actually. It's a bit hard to see. He has moved up 2 positions. So 3 positions, I should say. He does F1 Amazing Hour. He's already got a little bit of a gap here. So he definitely looks like he's going to be very fast coming towards the centre of the Grand Prix. So if he can get himself out of DRS range, as there's yellow flags in Sector 3. Banana Josh is retired from the session. So we're going to ride on board with Amazing Hour, see where he is unfortunately retired. That's very unfortunate there for Banana Josh. Here this afternoon, he's had a unfortunate few turn of events here in Bahrain. Can't see his car. He may have just actually quit the session, to be honest. He may have just not bothered of racing, but anyway. Plebs has moved himself up into position 5 ahead of 40. And now he's got Geordie F1 in his sights. Is he within DRS? He is actually within DRS with 7/10 of a second. As Amazing Hour quickly responds there with a 1. I can't actually see that time there, unfortunately, sorry. But he sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Plebs has DRS now, which is only going to gain him closer and closer to Geordie. Trying to see what car Geordie's in. He's in the Sauber car. And then you have Plebs in the Trident. So it's going to be Sauber versus Trident for position 4 here. He's going to be, is he going to be within DRS range, Plebs? Coming into the second of the 3 DRS zones. Sorry, this is the third of the 3 DRS zones, rather. Is he close enough? It's 7/10 of a second. He is close enough, but unfortunately, I don't think he'll be close enough to potentially make a move as Geordie runs a bit wide with the double left hand. He's going to have DRS and Slipstream. It's Plebs. He's got 3 laps to make a move here. Does the Trident driver. Amazing how he's pulling away now from Flying Jippo with 8/10 of a second. So I think Jippo is actually still going to have DRS here. If he manages to keep within a second when it comes to the DRS detection zone. Will he be close enough coming through the detection zone? I think he will be. He will have DRS. If I'm correct, yes he does. Coming onto the front straight. G. Kuribold is by himself at the moment. He's got 3 seconds to the driver in front and about just under 2 seconds between Geordie. And now, as you can see, Geordie's feeling the pressure from Plebs. Geordie moves to the inside line, so he can't move to the inside line for turn 1, but Plebs is going to have it the inside line for turn 2. Will they make slight contact here? Geordie pushes them out nice and wide. Plebs does not get that position as there is 2 laps remaining in the Grand Prix. Geordie has a real tail happy there, but it does not have DRS, actually does Plebs. So Geordie was behind Plebs through the detection zone. So that's what's kept him ahead here at the moment. For position 4 in the Sauber car. Forty is by himself at the moment. Then you have Ghost 01 GT in position 7 by himself as well. Suma. All these drivers in the top 10 seem to be by themselves at the moment, except for the 2 Arden drivers who are battling it out for the final place inside the top 10. They're going to be nice and close to each other. Having through the middle sector here. Zool, aerodynamic reliant. This is the fight for who can get themselves into the top 10. You can see Dubsy gets a lot of oversteer on exit. He's going to have DRS though on his teammate coming onto the final. DRS straight. He's run really wide as his teammate running straight. He's going to have slipstream and DRS. Will he think about making a move? He's going to edge closer and closer. Will it? Probably won't make a move here. He's actually lagging a little bit, Ryan. 10 miles, a little bit too far behind. We've got 7 seconds between him and the Arden drivers. Then you got Apex by himself at the moment, but I think had to make a pit stop due to a damaged front wing now. As you can see, amazing out, heading onto the penultimate lap. Gained himself, or got himself out of DRS range from Flying Jippo. But it is not over between Plebs and Geordie at the moment. Plebs is going to have DRS coming onto this turn 4 here. They're going to go side by side. Plebs is going to have the DRS. Is he going to cut across here? No, he doesn't. And Geordie loses the position to Plebs. So the Trident drivers moved himself up into position 4. Will he have enough time though to catch G. Kuribold? I do not think he will, unless Kuribold mate has a really bad penultimate lap here. I do not think he will have enough time, Plebs, to move himself up into the podium positions. Runs a little bit wide on exit there. Geordie's going to have DRS coming down the straight for Plebs. Moved himself a little bit too far ahead for Geordie's liking. You see Plebs using all the track available on entry there. Coming through this fast left-hander. It's a slow and fast out corner. Using all the track available does Geordie. Say 40, Geordie and 40. They're starting to converge on each other. The Vitosi driver, Horsey driver, catching up to Geordie and the Sauber. They're all actually converging on each other. Now Plebs is actually going to have DRS here on G. Kuribold heading onto the final lap. Amazing how he's still leading the Grand Prix. He's got 2.2 seconds. So he's got zero pressure whatsoever from the driver of Flying Jippo behind him. But now it's definitely going to be a battle for position 3 here coming up to the final lap. Will Plebs be able to make a move on the Dams driver of G. Kuribold? I think Kuribold made a mistake. He's going to have DRS again. This Plebs is going to have a really good middle sector to try and make a move. Potentially in the 3rd DRS zone or on the final back straight. He's right with him as Plebs as a yellow flag in sector 1. We're going to go back down and have a look. That is Crossy, who has unfortunately spun there on the exit of turn 2. That's unfortunate for him. Then the Vitosi team. The Plebs is right on the back now of the Dams driver. Is he going to be able to make a move on this final lap of the Grand Prix? Kuribold's going to get this final sector as clean as possible. He's going to have DRS again There's Plebs. He's got to keep in that slipstream. Geordie is a little bit too far back at the moment to make a move on Plebs. And 40 might think about making a move if he gets a really nice final sector. Plebs, though, is definitely going to be the one to watch. Coming through the final sector. Will he be able to make a move? Coming through the final sector, G. Kuribold runs a little bit wide, manages to get it back. He's going to have to hope that the slipstream is enough for Plebs. They're going to be really close to each other coming into the final corner. Kuribold defends down the inside. Plebs opts to sit behind him and get the slipstream, and potentially the DRS is close enough. Coming onto the straight, will he have enough slipstream? And DRS coming onto the front straight, he's opening DRS now. Will it be enough? No, unfortunately for Kuribold, he does not. He keeps the position, but I think that's he's actually moved down to position 4 here due to time penalties. Plebs goes all the way back down to P7, so that's very unfortunate there for Plebs. Some provisional results, as you can see, is F1 Amazing Out, who takes the win. Then we have Flying Jippo in position 2, Geordie in position 3, G. Kuribold for Dams, moves himself down to position 4, unfortunately with that time penalty. Goes 0-1, GT moves himself up to position 5, 40 for the Vitersi team in P6. Plebs has gone down to P7 with the time penalty. Suma in position 8, Crossy F1 in 9th. Rounding out your top 10 is Dubsy, Sin, the first of the Arden drivers, and Ken Tenma. Managed to split the two Arden drivers in the end. The two Arden drivers were definitely making a lot of... they were having a lot of a ding-dong fight there. But I think Ryan gained himself, I think if I was correct, 9 seconds worth of penalties there. And Apex rounds out the final position here for the sprint race here in Sakhir. We're going to have a look now to see who has won over the entire weekend. We're going to skip the podium celebrations here so we can read through where everyone has finished. For the results on the weekend now, as you can see, F1 Amazing Hour takes the F2, the first round of the Formula 2 Sprint Series here for the Race Spec Esports League. He takes the win here in Sakhir. Then we have Flying Jippo for the MP Motorsport team in position 2. Geordie F1 for Sauber in position 3. Third. Fourth is the Dams driver G. Kuribold. Fifth is Go 01 GT. 40 MP6. Plebs in 7th. Suma in 8th. 9th. And then for Crossy, then 10th. Rounding out your top 10 is Dubsy Sin in the BWT Arden. So if I'm correct, actually, that is the finishing order for the sprint race. As I said, I do apologise massively for not knowing any of the team names, or the team liveries, I should say. I'll have to do a little bit of research on that. But thank you for joining this afternoon's race here for the Race Spec Esports round 1 of the Race Spec Esports F2 Sprint Series. My name is Expert, and we will see you guys next time. If I am correct, I can actually have a look for you here. When the next round is... If I am correct, I think it is Azerbaijan, but don't quote me on that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining, and we will see you guys next time. I would also like to point out too, stay tuned as well. In about 15 minutes, we're going to be hosting the 2010 Classic Series here on the channel, so stay tuned. Turn on the subscriber notifications as well to get notified when the stream does go live. But we will see you guys then. I'll be commentating that race as well. I'm not too sure if I'll have a co-commentator, but anyway, see you guys soon.